fine show for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the top of the order queue there. You aren't going to believe.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
Turn around to your right. I don't want to go into the sun. I'm going to more than
Good evening, guys and girls. Can you actually hear me, or am I having the same issue as I did last week? I think you can actually hear me. It's saying that you can hear me, which means one thing and one thing only. It's Friday. It's Friday night. This is Friday Night Live, and I am here, your frizzy-haired favourite presenter. I hope to be favourite presenter. Yes, it's me, the Grom. I'm here. It's Friday night. You're there. You're tuned in. And we are ready to give you a Friday Night Live show. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're comfortable. I hope you have a brew ready, cold, hot, maybe lukewarm if you've been working or grafting. And fingers crossed, that last statement, you are finished with the graft, or if not, really close to finishing up on that working week. Getting ready for the weekend ahead. I've already seen a few familiar faces in the comments and the live section just kicking it off. Awesome to have you here. Appreciate the hell out of you all. Thanks for being live and vibing with me here at 11:15 if you're here in the UK. Appreciate you guys staying up for this. And for everybody else, all of the other corners of the globe, appreciate you tuning in. But that doesn't go to miss out on all of the people that, whether you catch it up on the replay afterwards, we appreciate you too, because after all, it's all of you guys and girls getting involved with this television show, YouTube show, whatever you want to call it, madhouse, that kind of just brings it full circle. We're here being mental. You guys absorb a little bit of the crazy, and I hope you get set, ready, and just carry that madness throughout the course of the weekend. So, as always, I say it pretty much every week. I will try my very best to keep my eyes on the live chat. And if there's questions, comments, and things that I can kind of catch hold of, I will mention them, answer them, or worst case scenario, as I always say, I do sit after every show, go through the live chats, and if there's awesome things, I'll pick it out and bring it into the next show. And obviously, if there's questions, I'll do my very best to answer them. So, a few of you eagle-eared viewers have already noticed that the intro wasn't the same as normal. So, here's one for you. The madness of last week's show. Not only did we get off to technical difficulties, no audio from my behalf. Yes, couldn't have happened on a better issue of the show. 40th episode and you have problems. Like, come on. To finish off that madness, after the show, I went into my YouTube channel to see about the data and all that sort of jargony stuff. YouTube had issued me with a copyright claim. So not a strike, it's no biggie, but a copyright claim for the intro music. So I've been using that music for 40 shows, and on the 40th show, after the drama that it was anyway, lo and behold, YouTube decided to give me a little flag saying, hey, you know, this is a copyright claim, it's somebody else's music. Now, the only reason I used that track was because it was considered copyright-free music from the editing software that I use. So Lo and behold, if you're a follower of the vlog, you would have seen that that isn't the first time that that's happened. And I even got to a point where I wasn't using their music at all because I was over it. However, I'd made the intro to the show before making that decision and I was having no issues. So I rolled with it. However, this evening's intro is provided by none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, the legendary Suspense MC. So if you're in the live chats right now, just give him a congratulations and a thank you for supporting the Friday Night Live. Dude, Friday Night salute goes to you. I appreciate you allowing me to use that for the intro. We don't know. Will it stick? Will it stay? Will there be changes along the way? Because let me just say, guys and girls, in the coming weeks, there's an essence or a feeling on the wind of change. That's all I'm saying. And that kind of leads me into a little topic that we'll probably talk about after the news, because we're going to go for it, guys and girls. We're going to get in there. We're going to try to nail the news, and we're going to come out before the hour. Because guess what? There's just too much to fit into a show to keep it condensed, keep it quality, and keep you guys here for a considerable amount of time, but not until Sunday, because we don't want to do that to you, do we? But it is awesome. I can already see the live chats blowing up, so we'll get to that after the news. There is like a little poll running. And I even went as far as pinning a comment to the live chat. Check me out. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Shh, don't tell anyone. But you know you love it. You know you live your week waiting for this moment. And all I'm going to say is get your drinks, get ready to rock and roll, get strapped in and get ready for the abuse. Oh my days. Now there is a name in the live chats that I haven't seen for a while. Awesome to have you here. Awesome to have you all here. But yeah, let's do it. Let's get crazy, shall we? Good evening, guys and girls. Yes, it's Friday Night Live news with all of the best news, most up-to-date stories, and the things that could just inevitably change your life for the power of these stories. Yes. So, when I mentioned Firestarter, this absolute legend probably springs to mind. And let me just say, even this gentleman, RIP to the legendary Keith Flint, I want to say. Probably got that wrong. But the legendary Keith Flint from Prodigy would be happy of this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gnarly. So, in Mexico, a fire breather fights off marauding Mirachis in turf war over tips. Yeah, check. You need to go and see this clip. I know I need to bring clips to the show, but you need to see this clip to give it the magnificence of it. The bizarre fight, apparently over the rights to perform at a lucrative street corner, saw the fire breather turn the tables on his attackers. The fire breather had been treated in hospital in Mexico after being attacked by a mariachi band and fighting back by setting several of them on fire. Security camera footage of the bizarre fight shows one of the mariachis chasing the fire breather, placing him in a headlock before punching him multiple times as traffic on the busy street stops. The fire breather is then seen on the pavement as 5 of the band kick and punch him in front of the taco restaurant named El Inferno. Yeah, you can't make this up. Or Hell, in the city of Marilia, west of the capital, Mexico City, on Sunday. And if you watch this video clip, the guy is absolutely getting it handed to him. There's 5, and can you imagine it? A mariachi band, dude. 5 of them absolutely going at this one dude. And he gets up and he just starts literally firing off. It's so gnarly. And there's about 2 or 3 of them that end up running around on fire. You've got to see the clip. I do not recommend you set anybody on fire, even if they are attacking you, but hey, any means necessary. Yeah, when I say the madness is truly real, it really is in this case. So, we're all familiar with the legendary Harry Potter being confined to under the stairs, living in such a horrible little dingy setup. Now, This next story again is just like I couldn't make it up. I wanted to be able to get a photo of the inside of the situation, but unfortunately you'll have to deal with this. So check it out. This lady has been labelled Roof Ninja. A woman was found living inside a shop sign and said that it was an old safe spot. So literally in this photo, like up there, behind the American flag, you'll see the cutout, and this lady was living up there. A woman who has been living inside a sign on a roof of a Michigan supermarket told police officers who found her it was an old safe spot. The 34-year-old woman, who has not been named, was found by police in an attic-like space inside the Family Fair sign on April the 23rd. The woman had been living there for over a year and had had a coffee maker, a computer, bedding, phone, and even a printer with her. Yeah, so like living fat, dude. The sign was estimated to be about 5 foot, so 1.5 meters wide, and by about 8 foot, so 2.5 meters high. And it has a door that is accessible from the roof. So yeah, man. Unfortunately, the lady says now it is no longer a safe spot. But dude, just goes to show, man, where there's a will, there is a way. But what a remarkable story. And it's just kind of almost heartbreaking to think you're 34 and you've got to live behind a shop sign. But hey, moving on. If you've seen the vlog this week, you will see that I myself tampered with nature in rescuing an earthworm. Afterwards, I kind of contemplated this thought, and maybe I have deprived that worm of the magnificent struggle that is life. But hey, who bloomin' knows? Some people may know this gentleman in this photo as Earthworm Jim, and I think even Earthworm Jim would be proud of some of these people. So check it out. This past week, worm charmers from across the UK were expected to drop into the championships in Cornwall on the south coast of the UK. The 2024 Falmouth Worm Charming Championships were taking place in the centre on Sunday, which was Sunday gone, I believe. And the teams, with teams of up to 4 people given 30 minutes to entice worms from 10 feet by 10 feet, so like a little square plot of land, and they were allowed to use pretty much any means necessary to encourage as many worms to the surface as possible. Organisers said trophies would be given for the most worms charms, the most innovative worm charming technique, and for the longest worm. And I reckon I might have bagged that one with the one that I whispered during the week, but hey. She's basically, you're trying to cause as much vibration on the surface as possible to draw the worms up, and basically then the trophies are given. And there are clips of this on the internet, and there is just some absolute magnificent, and I will say it again, magnificent worm charmers out there. Let's just say that. I never thought I'd say that on a Friday Night Live. So yeah, all I'm going to say is the competition has been held since 2021. Miss Gendau, or Gendau maybe, said that last year's main winners managed to charm 20 worms, which was a record for the event. So again, guys and girls, the madness is truly real. If you feel like you may have the specific skill set needed to become a worm charmer, please write in, let us know at the show. Contact us by email. If you ever consider to enter this competition, please let Friday Night Live be a sponsor of you amazing worm charmers. That was the Friday Night Live news. My gosh, I think we've done it. We landed on the hour mark. Let's get back to the show, shall we? I think I will even leave the cheering on that one, because I'll be honest with you, I never thought it would happen, did I? I never thought we would actually land the news on the hour mark and be super pro. Who knows, man? I don't know if I liked that, even though it felt really smooth and really kind of Professional? Ugh. Don't know if we want that one going on. But yeah, from worm charmers to fire-breathing defendants. I don't know. The madness is real. Attacking mariachi band. Seriously, that's just a bad day. In so many senses of the term. But to be the mariachi band that gets done over by a fire-breathing Fruit Loop, yeah, you're never going to want to tell your friends down the pub that story. But hey, it's all over the internet, so I would highly recommend it, guys and girls. Go and check out the worm charmers, because they're a bunch of Fruit Loops, and some of the methods that they were using was just phenomenal. And dude, yeah, the guy at the beginning, yeah, I will give, you know, viewers discretion if you don't like seeing violent stuff. The guy gets set upon quite nicely, but let's just say if you're a fan of Retribution, it's a pretty epic video if you ask me. But that's enough about the news, because yes, it's history, it's behind us, it's a mere moment in the past. However, you lovely people are live in the live chats now, and apart from blowing up the hearts, I can already see some absolute legendary people. So let's just give you all a bit of a shout out. It is remarkable, and I noticed you popped up before the live. So Van Life Wonder, it's an absolute honor to have you back on the live shows. I know you've been busy, I know you've been here, there, everywhere, dealing with the world, the madness yourself. But I do believe you are kind of in a tropical destination currently, possibly, as we speak, on the beautiful, the remarkable Isle of Wight. So I hope it's awesome. I hope you're having a fantastic time. And as always, it's a pleasure to have you tuned in, dude. And I know that I would have loved to have hooked up with you on the Isle of Wight. Maybe next time, tropical, dude. You know it's tropical. Don't. It's the Isle of Wight, dude. But I know that we got something in the pipeline for a meet up soon. So, dude, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, most definitely, dude. Looking forward to seeing you. Apart from that, we got the legendary Bob Marsh in the chats. Lovely to have you here, sir. It's always a pleasure. Obviously, just the usual suspects, man. The legendary Corn Life Network, Cockney Buddha, Tom, Chris Avery, even the wonderful Mr. Simon, the legendary Suspense MC is here. Dude, like, the squad's heavy, and the comment is firing off, man. You guys are going in on it. And the legendary Dan Koff. Brilliant. Yeah, it's always just, seriously, it's just always an honor to have all you guys and girls tune in. So I appreciate the hell out of that. So kind of leads me into the next little segue thing there. One thing that's been on my mind this past week, and that is authenticity. Authenticity. It's like one of those things where you just maybe hope to have it on the items of posh clothing. If you're one of those people that purchase posh clothing, you want it to be authentic. But in a world that we live in today, where there is just so much being sold to us, forced upon us, and almost portrayed in front of us to be real, whether it's reality television, whether it's social media, whether it's news, there is always this underlying question of how authentic is it? Whether it's a news article that you've read on Google, whether it's a story that's being pushed within a local papers or within like your local network of people that, I don't know, whether they're colleagues or not, whatever the hot topic is, sometimes you have to sit and just question how authentic or how true really does this run. Now, you know, if you've been a long-time supporter of the Friday night, that I always stress anything that I mention on here, whether it's the news stories, whether it's the Madness is Real segments, that, hey, don't take my word on it. Do your own research, go down those rabbit holes yourself, because I would never want to be somebody that's spreading disinformation or giving information that's false or any such like stuff. So if I give it to you, I'm giving it on full credibility that the Grom believes it, well, is aware of it, and then it's up to you to make up your own minds, because, hey, you know, we're all grown-ups here, kind of, roughly, something like that. We try, right? But the authenticity that I have been pondering this week is more so my own authenticity. Now, that is a heavy thought. And it's just one of those things where I've mentioned it in what will be tomorrow's vlog, but I thought, as you are the awesome people that come here and support me weekly in this beautiful little live occasion, that it'd be interesting to ask you and see your feedback on just how authentic can authentic be. Lately, I looked into like the research tab in YouTube, and it kind of gives you most search videos and all of the rest of that stuff, but that's aside the by. One of the few tags that I noticed was actually simple vlog and reality vlogs. Now, I don't know about you, however, maybe it's just my perspective on things. I would like to hope that most of the vlogs that you see are somewhat reality, because I can't see them being anything else. However, yes, I do know that there is some heavy production that goes into some of the most phenomenal vloggers out there in the world of today. And there are a lot of channels that put an amazing amount of production and thought that goes into the videos that you will probably quite commonly see in your YouTube feed and recommended. And that is awesome, that is something. However, I have also heard on the grapevine and through other people that I've spoken to, how much of a demand there is on kind of raw, gritty, authentic content. And it just seems like there could even be, maybe, who knows, because I'm not about to predict a trend here, but there almost seems to be like a possible resurgence, maybe, or an uprising of want of authenticity. And that just good old fashioned, no frills, no fanciness, just as it is content. Now, my question to you lovely people, how can I make my vlog even more authentic than it is? What would you like to see or hear? Would you rather see more general day-to-day? Or would you want more of me explaining the reality that is? Would you rather hear more about the reality that is vlogging? Would you rather hear more about the madness that is my day-to-day thought process? Who knows? It's just something that I've been pondering for a considerable amount of this time this week. And I just kind of thinking, I remember when I started, I pretty much videoed everything, warts and all. And over the time, I've tried to up my production level, maybe, and try to make it a little bit more presentable. However, in the journey of that, you walk away from the fact that it is just 100% raw, authentic, and just recorded, documented, and then released in an essence that is just probably on the same level as maybe your family's sort of cine movies from the 60s and 70s. It just is what it is. So, very interesting thought. And again, I tell you, I'm almost getting, it took 41 shows, right? So, hey, and I'm not going to count my blessings just yet. But that also leads me into the next little bit, which we're going to try to do, and we're going to try to do it right this time. I did do it, I don't know, we tried to pull it off maybe a few weeks ago, and it went a little bit wonky. I think you lost me, couldn't see what I was showing and all the rest. So let's see if we get it a little bit better this time. And the only thing that I haven't sussed is you're going to see it, but I'm not going to be able to see what I'm seeing. So, hey, stay tuned. Anything can happen in the next half hour. But leading to my next thought, which will be Channel of the Week.
Nice.
So, currently, I really hope that you can hear me, see me in the stupid bottom left-hand corner as you're looking at something, and also see the page that is currently in front of you, which is none other than the Diary of a CEO. Now, some of you may be massively familiar with this gentleman. You may never have seen him before. You might have seen him in clips over Instagram or Twitter, or maybe even within shorts on YouTube itself. Now, I've seen a lot of clips from his shows, and I've sort of seen scattered pieces. However, this past week, I've actually delved into starting to watch a few of his episodes One you would see there, which is this gentleman, and I can never remember his surname, but I want to say his first name is like Andrew, ex-CIA agent, remarkable insight into psychology of humans and in the manner in which the CIA trains agents to be able to go and create assets, I believe, if that's the right word or terminology for it. However, a lot of the information that this guy kind of passes on within this particular podcast, because I've seen him on a few podcasts, but on this one, it's just amazing. And it kind of links with what I was just discussing in regards to it being really authentic, really organic, and very relatable in the sense of what he's saying, how you can implement that in your life, and also how you could use that to kind of level up. And we're all about level. Well, myself, I'm hoping you're the same, whether it's in your career path, whether it's in your hobbies, whether it's just in your personal day-to-day life. Surely we're all trying to level up in some sense, way, shape or form. And hey man, if I can bring you something that gives you value, content, maybe just a little bit of one of those eureka moments, I'm hoping we can do so. However, the other episodes that I've watched are obviously not visible on this bit, but we'll see if we can get it up here. And that was, he done an interview a few weeks ago now, a month, with the legendary comedian Jimmy Carr, which I would highly recommend. That was a remarkable podcast to listen to, due to the fact that we may all very well be familiar with Jimmy Carr, the comedian. However, Jimmy Carr, the individual, the away from performance, was something that I was completely oblivious to. However, his stoic view is remarkable, and I highly recommend you go and check that episode out. And then on top of that, the other episode that, again, it was a bit of a personal preference, and I don't know if we're going to get to it without me dragging you guys too far. There you go. This, I don't think he needs any sort of formal introduction. The man himself, Mr. Casey Neistat. Now, again, I've seen this gentleman on a few kind of shows, a few podcasts, and I've also heard a lot of his own individual story portrayed and kind of really well brought to you as the viewer through his daily vlogs back in 2000 and, I don't know, 16, 15, 16, something crazy like that, a long time ago. And obviously he is a very, very good storyteller. However, the individual, which let me try to get this right, because again, I want to just let you know a little something. And I can never know, yeah. Stephen Bartlett. I believe he's even on the Dragon's Den, which I wasn't aware of. That is how awful I am. But this guy, as let's just say an interviewer, just has some phenomenal conversations and brings out some incredible just viewing and listening, regardless of if you're obviously on YouTube. And I think you can get this available on other listening platforms, Spotify and such like. And it was just one of those things where, while talking or discussing about authenticity, there was a few parts that rung really true in a multitude of those episodes that I just mentioned. And Jimmy Carr specifically ridiculed this guy, Stephen, throughout his entire episode, because the channel is called Diary of a CEO. And Jimmy Carr tends to kind of keep hammering at the wayside in the fact that it is so far from it being like a business-based, entrepreneur-based podcast. So don't let the title put you off if you're not interested in business and data and growth and, like, you know, mastermind genius corporate world stuff. But I would highly recommend, if you go through his channel and there's any individuals there that you personally have any kind of interest or want insight on, go check this guy's channel out, because I will just say from my point of view, this week I've absolutely binged a few episodes. I cannot stressed to you how easy listening it's been. But the positive, the biggie, the one that we're all looking for is the amount of just remarkable information that can help you personally climb whatever ladder, and not even climb in a corporate sense, just on a fundamental grassroots, better in yourself, better in your health, better in your mindset, better in your well-being, is just, I think, as a channel goes, I know this guy's gaining some incredible weight behind him, and already he's got 6.14 million subscribers. So he's doing well. But I think this is something to highly recommend to others that are in this kind of mindset interest, but also to keep an eye on yourself, because I just think there is some real game-changing things that can be learned. And as much as he's kind of already getting the numbers, I think this guy's going to just break some ground in how he delivers it, because how authentic the guy is. And yeah, so this week, this was the channel of the week, Diary of a CEO. Check that out. How well did we do, guys and girls? Did that work? Did we lose all the channels? Or did you see it? Did it work? Let me know in the comments below or in the live chats. Did that work well? Did the channel come up? Did it scroll? Could you see me in the bottom corner over there? And could you hear me? Because otherwise, I was just talking to myself for the last 10 minutes. But never mind, it wouldn't bother me all the same, because you're still here, you're still watching, so that's a win for me, guys and girls. But yes, the madness truly is blooming real. And even though I don't have a madness is truly real for you this week, couldn't see you, could not see you, not even in the bottom corner. I took a screenshot for you. Sorry, man, you all fired me like messages. Nope. Could you see the screening question? Like the mirrored screen. This is the big question. Full screen, haha. Right, cool. Well, hey, as long as you guys and girls got to actually see the channel that I was on about, that's way better than the first shot that we tried, where it was like a tiny little thumbnail and you couldn't even barely see the thing in question. So yeah, winning. Thank you very much. And thank you to everybody that was messaging me. Yeah, because there was like phone pinging off over here, but obviously my assistant isn't here. So full screen looked awesome. That is good enough for me. So yeah, I'll have to go away and work on that. Maybe I've got it layered up so my camera's there, but it's behind the screen that you're seeing. Don't know. The joys of technology, guys and girls. And yes, I am absolutely remarkable with it, as you have seen. So, nevertheless, keeping on track. As long as you guys and girls got to see what channel I was on about, and don't want to keep banging on about it, but seriously, this week, mindset, I lost myself in the book that is The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. I believe I got that right, and I brought that back from my memory. Not to be confused with Sun Tzu's Art of War. No, it is The War of Art, and that was a very, very good listen. Very short, and it deals with the struggle that he coins as resistance. Many of us might know it as procrastination, possibly prioritizing in other areas over your passion, maybe. And I would highly recommend that as a book. But once finishing that, I got into this this gentleman's channel, into the Diary of a CEO, because I wanted to listen to the original show, well, the first show that was with the I see with Casey Neistat, just because I kind of wanted to delve into the world of maybe videography and such. But I've already watched one episode that Diary of a CEO had done with the legendary Busta Rhymes. Now, I'd never really seen that guy on many interviewed platforms, and he just came across in such a awesome light, and I'd mentioned it on the Friday Night Live before, and so yeah, I just wanted to kind of point you in the direction of that channel, because I just think if you're in a similar boat to me where you are just kind of trying to pick up every little piece that you can to, I don't know, work on health, work on mental health, work on career paths, work on your hobbies, just gain ground in anywhere and any shape and any form that is possible, with so much content that is just absolutely bombarding us as individuals, whether it's from picking up our mobile phone or switching on the television. It was nice to tune into something that, as well as it being very entertaining, awesome to listen to, there was these just absolute remarkable, just golden nuggets of information that come from people that have been out there, proved it, trialed, tested, and then kind of just having this amazingly relaxed conversation with this guy, Stephen Bartlett. I'm going to get that hideously wrong. And it's just so casual. And it was one of those things where I was like, wow, if I can take anything from this and maybe bring that to the show and bring a vibe like that, which I am hoping that we will get some more guests on. There was a guest lined up this week. However, they never got back in contact with me. But that will not deter me from mentioning his name to you lovely people, because it's a good friend of mine. And I will have to go and, I think if I don't give him abuse, I'm hoping the legendary Suspense MC will give him some abuse and maybe make him aware of this moment in the show. So, a good friend and a very long-term friend of mine released, it was his day, well, it wasn't his debut, but it's the day of his release of his latest work of music. I want to say, if I'm right in saying, Simon, he's classed it as an album, but I could be wrong. The gentleman tends to release EPs or LPs or any other Ps in that sort of ballpark. However, I just want to say it to you guys and girls, because again, I think you might take some value from it. So the legendary Matty Lloyd Music, and you can find him on Instagram. You can find him here on YouTube. And let's see if we can try this. I was going to bring up his page and show you, but check it out. Matty Lloyd, MattyLLOYD Music, on across all music platforms. Released an album today. I'm going to call it an album called Imposter Syndrome. And all I'm going to say is, I know Suspense had dealings in this. I know a few individuals that have put into this, but I've got to give a massive shout out to Matt, because he is somebody that, again, I really want to get on here as an interview. I mentioned him while I was talking to Genesis Elijah. If it wasn't for the gentleman I'm speaking about at the minute, I wouldn't have had such a fond and in-depth interest into hip-hop, because Matty is an absolute walking encyclopedia on it. However, he has put in the work. He has struggled himself. He has done some real heavy footsteps through his time. And to get to where he is now and release this latest project, it's returning to the things that he loves the most, the music that he loves the most. And let me just say, he is never shy to say what is on his mind. And it's a remark, from what I've managed to catch and listen to so far, it's awesome. The production's awesome. You can tell the effort, the time, the blood, the sweat, the tears that have gone into it. And yeah, I'm hoping maybe if he hears this, he'll realise that, yeah, he needs to get his ass on this show. We need to talk some shit in front of the camera, drink some coffee, and I need to just bring him to you guys and girls. But if you do want to, as I say, go and check him out on YouTube, go check him out on Instagram. Maybe Simon might be able to help me out here. I don't think Matty is across all social media platforms, but I do know he is across all major music platforms, so Spotify and all those others. However, you can go and find some of the latest tracks of the latest album here on YouTube, so I highly recommend that. So let's move into the one little segment that we haven't done enough of lately, and I love it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. So we haven't been keeping it up to date. We haven't been bringing it to you every week. And I think in the current time that we live in, where the madness is absolutely beyond real, it is ever growing stronger by the day and being more forced upon us by the minute. However, we need a little bit of light in our lives. Now, this week, I took it upon myself, and it's probably going to embarrass the gentleman because I believe the gentleman himself in question is here. And it's one of those things where I think it's been too long and I haven't mentioned him, or I've already mentioned him, but it was too soon in the evolution of the Friday Night Live. However, and you can see him now, you can get in the live chat and you can congratulate this gentleman, because this week's Shine a Light is the one, the only, the legendary Mr. Dan Kov. Friday night salute to you, sir. Now, if you are unfamiliar with this gentleman, he is a remarkable guy. He works harder than probably anybody else I know, and he works hard in every sense of that term. He works hard in his day job. He works hard when it comes to his family and his kids and looking after the local neighborhood and just putting in the grind, which ironically leads me to saying about his Keep on Grinding coffee, which there is a page for that on Instagram. That I digress, but I would go and check him out on Instagram. Go and blow his like Instagram profile up, which is Keep on Grinding coffee. So just keep on grinding and it will come up. You'll see it. He roasts his own coffee beans when he gets time to. He is, from what I have discussed with him, pretty heavy in the music production, although I know he doesn't get enough time to do so because he is just out absolutely getting after it in all senses of the term. He is an avid reader. He's been, to my knowledge, already inserted into the life of reading about stoicism and just so much, and how this guy finds so much time to do all of that, run the day job, pursue his hobbies, look after his family, his wife, his 2 kids, get to ball games and baseball games and like fetes and fairs, but still has enough time to contact me on a random basis to just go, hey dude, appreciated that vlog, or hey dude, how you doing? The amount of comments you will see under the vlog, the daily vlog, where it's like, dude, just keep pushing. And seriously, Dan, I just wanted to take one moment on a Friday Night Live to specifically say to you, dude, keep on pushing, because you are an absolute gentleman. I think you are a remarkable guy. How you manage your time, how you compose yourself and keep pushing even when everything is pushing against you. You're an absolute legend. You deserve more than the light to be shined on you, dude. I hope the universe shines on you, bro. And thank you. Thank you for always supporting what I do. Thank you for always seeding words of encouragement when you can just smell it in the air that I might be struggling. Most importantly, just thank you for always reaching out and just being like, hey, dude, like, I hope things are good and I hope you're pushing hard. Just keep pushing. We'll get there. Most of all, having the underlying sense of don't worry, as long as we're walking in the right direction, I know, and that is almost quoting him, I know that we'll just get there. And to have somebody like cheering you on and supporting you and just having that, and that doesn't just stop there. There is a few people in my life that do that, admittedly, but Dan being one of those, dude, thank you. So this week, guys and girls, go and check him out on Instagram. Go check out Dan Kov, but most of all, go and check out Keep on Grinding Coffee, because it's just epic. And Dan, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, dude. I hope the week hasn't taken too much out of your sales. And most of all, go and smash this weekend. So yeah, dude, this week, Dan Kov. So I imagine poor Dan has either run for the hills or is hiding under his desk at the minute, because I know he's too humble for his own good. So, guys and girls, The live chat's been popping off, and I'm so sorry that I haven't been paid more attention. Legendary Rich Slade is in there again. We've got Billy, the legendary Billy, and the Everyday Surfer just popping in. Man, I feel like the show must go on. It should just keep rolling because it seems like you guys and girls have just had a remarkable live chat. Seriously, I've said it in the past and I'll say it again. Sometimes I kind of wish I could just throw the show out the window. Just get in the goddamn live chats and just be like, what's up? Because it's awesome. Now, I'm going to close the poll because there was a poll running this evening if you haven't seen it. But let me just see if we can open it. Boom. End poll. So, what did we get? Because I did see it was kind of a bit of a split. I don't know if that's going to come up. Oh, I've lost it. I can't even see the details of what was the poll ended at. It looked like it was a bit split across the board, which is concerning. Because how was your week? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it okay? I'm hoping that a majority of people that were in the good section. If you were in the bad section, I hope you've got into the okay section because the Friday Night Live's brought you that little bit of like vibe. And hey man, I hope whatever it is that's going on right now doesn't last long, because no moments last that long. Whether it's the most remarkable moment of your life or whether it's the most lowest part of your life, it is all merely just a matter of time until you pass through it. Sometimes it's harder to see than others, but mark my words, guys and girls, those high spots will soon be just a distant memory. Those low spots, as hard as it is to see wherever you are, maybe now they feel like the biggest mountain in the world, but they too shall pass. So on that note, as always, I appreciate the hell out of you guys tuning into the Friday Night Live. I hope you've had an awesome evening. I hope it's got you kind of G'd up for the weekend ahead. And if there is one thing that I can finally ask from you lovely people, and that is please tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a co-worker, just spread the message of the Friday Night Live, because the more the merrier, and the more that you guys spread the word, the more it just explodes this show, and we can hopefully get to some upper echelons where we get remarkable people on here and have remarkable conversations, and hopefully bring you a remarkable sense of ease of the madness from the week and ease you into the weekend ahead. So if you're here in the UK, have an awesomely long weekend, and for anybody else that hasn't got a bank holiday weekend, I hope you receive a long weekend soon. Make the most of it, take every moment, grasp it, enjoy it, appreciate it, and until next week, stay awesome, stay focused, stay positive, and I'll see you next Friday, 10:45 here, YouTube, for a little bit of more madness, something like that. Till then, take it easy.